Hi, today I'm going to be talking about how Abraham built four main altars throughout Genesis, and for each had different purposes. His first one was an altar of praise, and in Genesis 12, 1 through 7, we see, or it says, Now the Lord had said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make unto thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless thee, and curse thee that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abraham departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him. And Lot went with him, and Abraham was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abraham took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that had gone in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abraham passed through the land unto the place of Sislam, to the plain of Moriah, and the Canaanites was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give thee land, and there builded he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him. In these verses, Abraham built an altar of praise and thanks God for delivering him into a new land, and also giving him our promises that also protect him. And just like Abraham, we should strive to thank God or praise God for all the things he's done for us, especially his most important gift, sending his son to die for us. The second altar he built is an altar of prayer, and we see this in Genesis 12, 8 through 10, which says, And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Hai on the east. And there he built an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. Abraham makes an altar to talk to God on the mount before leaving to Egypt because of the famine ahead. However, we don't need an altar to talk to God. We can just seek him whenever we want. But it doesn't always have to be about needs or wants. We can talk to him about whatever, just because God seeks a relationship with us, and so he loves it when we just talk to him, not just about our needs or our wants, but just about anything in general. For a third one, he built an altar of peace. So in Genesis 13, 14 through 18, it says, And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art forward, and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thee thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the strength of it, and in the breadth of life, for I will give it unto thee. And lastly, then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Moriah, which he is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. Here God shows all the land Abraham and his lineage will have, while also God promising him the land, giving him peace about him. We too have this peace as believers with God, because we know God, we are in God's hand. We know that he's always be with us no matter what's happening or hardships we face, because he's the calm in our storm. And then lastly, he built an altar of provision, or God's will. And in Genesis 22, 9 through 14, it says, if I find it, And they came unto the place which God hath told of him, and Abraham built an altar there, and said, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on an altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing that thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted upon his eyes, and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in the thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered him unto a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of the place Jehovah Jireh, as it is to this day, in the mountain of the Lord it shall be seen. Here, Abraham has to sacrifice his one and only firstborn son. Just before he does it, God steps in and tells him it was just a test to see if he would truly believe and put his faith in him, testing him. In our life, we face many temptations, tests, and struggles. But however, we know that it's all God's plan to his perfect will to draw you closer to him. So no matter how hard life is or knocks you down, God is always there to pick you, protect you, and bring you back up. I want to challenge you today to continue to look for God's blessings in your life. And I'll also like to challenge you to look at some of the other videos on this channel. They're both very spiritual, and I think they're very beneficial to believers and others as well. So thank you for watching.